Well, not many occasions in the season where everybody's an 8 or a 9 out of 10, Micky, but that was one of those nights, wasn't it?
Yeah, including in the atmosphere, the crowd, I thought it was terrific. And the tribute to Little Nate there, I think, shows what kind of football club we are. So it was a really hard fought win. We knew we had to get an awful lot right. We were focused on knowing that, because we know Swindon are a good side, and we managed to make really good decisions. And when we had the ball, we also made good decisions. So it was a really good night's work. We scored goals at good times, and I'm really pleased for everybody.
High press, high energy, and I suppose you couldn't really have written it to score in the 5th minute as well, could you?
No, so listen, it's always a good time to score, isn't it? To get yourself going, especially against a football team who, like Swindon, who are a good football team by the way, and they can draw you out. And make you impatient, make you make poor decisions. But when you get that first goal, it obviously helps you to be a wee bit calmer and a wee bit more patient, and sort of see yourself through the game.
Kane Hemmings, we've sort of seen those flashes already for him, seen what quality he is, and there was no way he was going to miss when Paul Glatzel put him through, was there?
No, listen, I think he's been brilliant for us since he came. I know that people will judge him on his goals, but I think he's just gave us that know-how at that end of the pitch, and the young players around him are just thriving off it. His work rate is second to none, he's competitive is second to none, he's a very driven lad, and we're delighted to have him here. But it's great that he got reward tonight with a couple of goals, so I'm really pleased for him.
Special celebration as well with the number 5 shirt going on.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows you what kind of club we are. We care about our supporters, and we do, we really do. And I think that showed. That wasn't staged at the end. The players have done that off their end back, and as you could see, celebrating their victory, they wanted to make sure that they celebrated it and paid that tribute to young Nate and his family, who we're all thinking about and are part of the Tranmere family. So we're with them at the minute, and hope that they get some kind of support from us from that. I know it's a very tough time.
Could have had more in the first half as well. Paul Glatzel, the shot off the crossbar stroke post, wasn't it, put in by Hemmings, and Lewis Warrington, who I thought was exceptional tonight.
Wow.
But he could have scored inside the first minute, couldn't he?
Wow, what a performance. I mean, we work very hard at recruitment here, and we want to make sure that we try and get things as right as possible, and then when they get the opportunity, they've got to go in and perform. But you've just seen how good he is. He's a terrific player. And we're really pleased that he's here with us. He's a local boy. One of the lads just said to him there, well done, and he said, I enjoyed every single heartbeat of that. He said he thought it was great. So that's terrific, and I'm glad that he's made his debut now, and he's played in the Football League. But along with the rest of the boys, they can be satisfied with their night's work.
The past second half, I think, had the crowd purring when he put Kane Hemmings on goal, didn't he? And you can see how disappointed Kane wasn't to finish it off as well.
I mean, he's taken about 6 players out with that pass, the weight on it, and Kane's obviously disappointed that he hits the post with it, but the pass was exquisite, wasn't it? It's that alone is why we love football, for moments like that. It was a terrific pass from a fantastic young player.
A lot of pressing throughout the game. You won the ball back in the half, and that's where the second goal came from as well. I think you won it, and then Kane put Josh in, and there's Paul Glatzel at the far post getting his reward as well.
Yeah, that was a great goal. But listen, we want to make sure that we're a club now that if you play for Tranmere, you have to be able to run. You have to be able to run. You have to run with passion, because that's what the culture and that's what the football club's all about. And we happen to have at the minute a team that can run, that can shift, and they've got a real good momentum with them now. We'll get them ready, and they'll go again they'll have a rest tomorrow, and they will go again Thursday. They will train hard Thursday and Friday, and they will be ready to go again Saturday. We haven't achieved anything yet other than a really important 3 points, I can assure you that. But standards have been set here, and they'll be expected to go and meet them again.
And then the penalty, of course, and Kane steps up, and no danger that wasn't hit the back of the net either.
No, and I thought we should have had another one. We've had them given against us quite a few times. Hands away from the body and above your head, and it strikes your hand. It's a penalty. Saturday's penalty against us, hand away from the body, and the referee thought that he struck it. So I thought, right, a wee bit of consistency here. That's a stone waller. That really is. That's a difficult one to fathom out why we haven't got that. That could have been a big decision that never went our way. I don't like complaining about this, but you've asked me about the situation, and I've answered the question. I think it's a stone waller, but I'm just glad that it didn't play a massive factor in how the game went.
And a little bit about Lee O'Connor as well tonight as well. I mean, he's been nominated for League Two Player of the Month, but a young player making his league debut alongside of him today, and he's 22 himself. I mean, he really stood up to the task, didn't he? Again.
How good! I mean, listen, you could go through the whole team, but you've asked me about Lee. How good is he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's terrific. He's been brilliant since I've had him here at the club. I'm delighted that he's now ours. It's so exciting to have that kind of talent that's ours. And we'll keep pushing forward and try and keep bringing more and keep making the ones that we've got better and better, and that's what we'll try and do. But we're certainly pleased to have them as our own players.
As I say, everybody played their part tonight, certainly, and then we had where the passion boils over a little bit right in front of you, Micky, right towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it's a bad tackle.
What's that all about?
It's a bad tackle. It's a bad tackle. It's simple as that. You can hurt people doing that. The players are obviously worried about their teammate. I kind of got in the middle and I kind of calmed it down, but then people arrive and all the rest of it, and then it kind of loses its way. But I think it was a bit of handbags, really. I don't think there was any malice in any of it. It was just what football's all about, isn't it?
And I thought two different days, isn't it? Barrow at the weekend, where the ball was hardly in play. Today you had the ball in possession all the way through, and the fans, after getting so soaked through at the weekend, really enjoyed themselves tonight.
Yeah, I hated Saturday. I hated it. I've never thought I'd say that about a game of football, but it was a bit like playing football on a snooker table that you get for Christmas, and it's got a slope in it, and it kept going to the bottom left-hand corner, and it was so tough. But they showed some unbelievable qualities to keep battling and just got their heads around, listen, this is what it is on Saturday, we're going to keep fighting. We weren't able to deliver in 3 points, but it was a really hard-fought point, and now that makes that a good point now, because we back it up with the next one, you've got to get a victory. So that's an important thing. But I think the important thing is I mean, you can't see it now on the camera, that look at the running these guys are doing now. They're all ready to go. That's the group that didn't play tonight, and they are now going hell for leather on the pitch, because they understand that the squad here is what it's all about. We haven't got a first 11, and they're all now putting a shift in, because when needed we'll put them in. So it's a whole club thing, and it's great to see that all the way right through that the boys take responsibility and put that graft in for us.
And I always try and talk about the game when we're talking to you after the game. Nevitt and Jolly come on, and that they showed what you're just talking about there, Micky. The one player not involved tonight, Joe Murphy.
Joe's got a bad back, so he's got a sore back. Hopefully that will settle down in the next couple of days.
Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Well done tonight.
I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of the Swindon defence. You've defended for 80 minutes against the running of Hemmings and Glatzel, and then you bring on Nevitt and Jolly. How important is it to be able to keep that going through right until the end?
It's obviously the energy that we've been able to recruit to the football club, which is important, because we want to play in that style. We want to get after people. When you play here, I say it all the time at Tranmere, that you can't sit off. It's not what the football club's about. We're a front foot area. Birkenhead's a front foot area. It'll go on the front foot and it'll always come at you, and it expects its football team to do the same. So it's just designed in the style that the fans expect. We work very, very hard at it. Sometimes we don't get it right. Sometimes, like tonight, an awful lot went right. But our intentions are always to try and play at that tempo and try and put that kind of quality together.
And then the chance that Lewis Warrington had in the first minute was mentioned just then, but it came after a block shot from Paul Glatzel, and that's an Everton player and a Liverpool player sort of working together. It's unique, isn't it?
I said that before. I don't ever remember a time where you would have all that, and there was also a Celtic player as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the Rangers player on, and we had the whole 4: Celtic, Rangers, Liverpool, Everton. But I'm pleased for this evening's work, but we're not, as you can see, I'm not trying to be clever in, but we've got a lot of work to do. That just gives us a good night's work and something new to enjoy this evening. But I'll be back again at work Thursday, and we've got a difficult game again at the weekend.